Friends, Mr. Stanley has also released a book just today, and it's named Kompromat. It's about greed, corruption, lies, what possibly could go wrong. Paperback edition, and it's all about Brexit, it's about Trump. Could you please tell us something about this book?
Well, it's a thriller. I write thrillers. I very much enjoy writing thrillers, and I said to myself, how can it be that this event in Britain's history, in Europe's history, this Brexit event, how can it be, I said, that this has not had something to do with the Russians? Because it's an obvious win-win situation for Russia. And so I set out to write this book, and I imagined the circumstances where Russia could have influenced the Brexit vote in this country. And I also imagined the circumstances where Russia could, more or less at the same time, have influenced the result of the US presidential election, which took place in November 2016. So there we had two seismic events, and I say to myself, well, what about a man so clever as Mr. Putin? Of course, I don't call him Mr. Putin in this book. I call him President Igor Popov. And I suspect, I suggest, that actually there's far more in the Russian situation than so far has been uncovered. And that is why I think this book, Kompromat, is timely, and it's meant to be fun. It's a light-hearted political satire. And I hope listeners and readers enjoy it.
Well, friends, I think you will definitely enjoy this. Another book by Mr. Stanley, and one of his book has also turned into a film called The Commissioner.
Yes, this book, by the way, Kompromat, is also being turned into a 6-part TV series by a program we have called Channel 4, a TV station we have called Channel 4. And it is true that an earlier book I wrote called The Commissioner was made into a film, with John Hurt, by the way, yes, in the title role. Now, of course, he's not such a big star as some of your Bollywood,
quite well known,
your Bollywood stars, but he's quite well known. Yes. So I feel very honored, and I'm looking forward to getting involved with the production of this film in the course of this year.
Mr. Stanley, you've written 25 books, 9 novels. So you have been an environmentalist, you have been advisor, you have been ambassador, you have been a member of parliament, in European member of parliament. I mean, how do you find time for yourself, and how do you focus your mind? Because writing this book, I think you really need a very dedicated, very focused mind. How do you do all this?
On this one, you've got to remember that I have so far lived a fairly long time. I mean, when you've got to the age I have, of 77 years old, coming up to 78 this August, well, that's a lot of time to do things. So even writing 25 books, spread that over a period of 75 years, and I think I'd be writing, saying a book every 3 years. Well, that's not such a big...
But then there are 9 novels as well, and then there are other
No, I'm calling it, the novels are part of the books. The novels come in the 25. No, it's not, we're not talking about 25 plus 9. No, so honestly, I have, and I'm in a very fortunate position that you can do things. Now, this one, actually, I wrote very quickly. I wrote it in 8 weeks. I got up at 2 o'clock in the morning, and I went back to bed at 6 o'clock in the morning, and slept until breakfast. So, but if you write 1,500 words every day for 6 weeks, then you have an 80,000 word book, 90,000 word very, very quickly.
And how do you motivate yourself?
Well, on this particular one, what motivated me was the story. I said to myself, look, I cannot believe there was not some, how we say in English, dirty work at the crossroads. That's what I said happened. And I said, what was that? And then I really got into it, and I've constructed, I think, quite a good story. So my pleasure. And how very, very nice to have a chance to talk to you this morning, Mr. Gupta.
Well, thank you very much.